Hello, welcome everybody to Lolling at the Cows. I'm Frog.
I'm Swifty. This week as a community, we almost missed a legendary deal. DSP's deal, $900 for him to eat the Minecraft Happy Meal on stream.
Oh my god! What the fuck? Whoa!
Earlier this week, DSP went live and he set two goals for the stream. First goal, $900 to eat a Happy Meal on stream, which by itself is absurd because it's like, dude, if you want a Happy Meal, just go get a Happy Meal. We don't care if you eat it on the stream. It's like isn't it just a variation of the sandwich? Just like if I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
dude.
Yeah.
The Minecraft movie meal released today in the United States, and it's no joke. It's actually real. Here it is. You can either get the Big Mac or the 10-piece McNugget meal. What comes with it? A Big Mac sandwich, fries, and your choice of soft drink. In a Minecraft-themed box with a toy.
It literally is, and he does this all the time. Like you
And-
said, he said it's like a one-time offer. This is the
Yes.
only time he's gonna be able to eat the Minecraft cheeseburger. But he does these one-time like burger munching meal things, like every couple months. It's literally an advertisement by McDonald's that he falls for every week. Every time it happens, and then he pitches it to his community as if it is a one-time deal.
Well, he said multiple times. He kept being like, "How many times do I have to say it? I don't know why you guys aren't getting it. This is a one-time deal. If we hit the goal tomorrow, I'm not getting the meal."
But today only, since I live in Connecticut again, and we're going full circle, today is the day you must support the stream. $900 on this stream. Beard is gone, and we do the Minecraft meals. All right, but only today.
Like, dude, okay.
I can only get the Minecraft cheeseburger tomorrow. After that, the promotion ends. But I don't know if you remember it. The back in the day, whenever he tried to do the Wendy's meal. I'm trying to remember the exact name, but it was just a Wendy's cheeseburger with a different sauce on it. I think it was a Krabby Patty meal.
Oh, yeah.
And then he got the donations, and then he couldn't get it DoorDash, so he just didn't do the meal.
Justin is about to try the Krabby Patty meal from Wendy's. So let's see what he thought. I didn't get to do this myself because they stopped delivering it.
So clearly, these types of things aren't even that important to him. Like, he doesn't even give a shit.
And it was on April 1st, so everyone wasn't sure if he was just going to do that again and just not get the meal.
Which, honestly, that would have been really funny. Like, that would have been the perfect self-aware joke. Like, oh, April Fool's idiots, I'm not eating a fucking cheeseburger on stream. In a way, like, the burger meal advertisements are the perfect allegory or analogy for DSP's content, because he's just piggybacking off of the corporate advertisement and like lazily pushing it onto you, where it's like, all right, you give me $900 and here's what I'll do, and just points to the promotional ads. Then all of his content is just him playing video games. Like,
He was so pissy about it too. Like someone tried to like add a stipulation to the deal, and I remember he was like, "How about instead of that, you take the deal that I laid out in front of you and you support the stream?"
No, how about this? Instead of counter proposing other things and asking for more, how about you just accept the deal and you support it and you give the support to get what I offered? Because you're not getting anything else. Everyone, well, can I get this too? Well, will you do this too? Will you do this? No, because you didn't even support anyway. I'm not giving you anything. I'm going to give you what I said. The deal is for $900 of support on this stream. By the end of this stream, I will shave my beard completely off, and I will order both Minecraft meals, and we will do the Minecraft DSP Tries It right now, unboxing both, checking out 2 different collectibles and all that live on this very stream.
I was just like, dude, chill out.
what a good way to get people to give you money, by treating them like they're a total moron.
Another stipulation of the $900 goal was that he will groom his beard. But like the reason that sucks is like he literally said himself, like, I'm not gonna, like, someone was wondering if he's gonna scam us, and he was like, no, it'll literally be back the way it was in 3 days. Why would I scam you guys?
People are skeptical because it's April 1st and the deal is too good to be true. What? Wait a minute. Let me get this straight. You think that for $900 of support on one stream that I wouldn't shave this beard? That I would not order the Minecraft meal? Are you nuts? Dude, that's $900 in one stream. That's crazy amounts of support. Of course I would shave the beard, and of course I would order the meal right now. Why? You're nuts. You have to understand this beard. My beard grows back fast. Within like 3 days, like right now, this is 2 days of stubble. I shaved Sunday morning. Yeah, I shaved Sunday morning, and look, within a few days, my whole beard would grow back anyway. So I would absolutely 100% go clean shaven for $900 of support on today's stream. I absolutely would.
And it's like, dude, if like already no one even cares anymore, it's just gonna be back in 3 days.
It's like if you give me $1,000, I'll take a shower.
Yes,
that's the
dude.
deal that he's giving you.
Like, really, you'll clean your face?
What was there was one in the past. It was, if you guys give me a bunch of money, I'll clean out my closet.
Yes, dude. Yes.
It's just all of his goals are giving him money to do chores or to eat food that he was gonna order anyway. Like that. That is everything he does. But because of the goal, he has been begging like an absolute crackhead recently. Like, it has just been absurd. It's like borderline, like he's doing this thing that he used to do in the past where he purposely slows down the game and like quote unquote fucks up so that way he can stream longer at the end of the stream and like extend how long things go so he can keep bringing it up. But in the most recent, I cut it into a clip, but the most recent stream he did of I can't remember the name of the RPG, but it's some RPG that he keeps playing that he keeps calling like a classic RPG from his childhood, and he just like kept getting on a dragon and like starting off this long cutscene, so that way he could ask for donations in between the cutscene.
All right, how about this? I will recruit the final blacksmith, and that's the end of the stream. Okay, let's do it. Let's recruit the final blacksmith right now. So everyone who wants to make it happen right now. This is the last chance. Here we go. Here we go. The final countdown. The big finale of Sweet Codette. And we do... What the hell? I swear to God, I didn't mean to do that. A troll just did like a 10-cent tip, just so everybody knows that wasn't anything. The stupid thing, let me go back. I was not trying to extend the length of the stream. He idiotically went right back on top. How dumb.
And it was just so funny. And then people kept donating stuff like, I'll donate enough for you to hit the goal if you stop begging. And then he got like super mad and started calling them stupid.
So the second goal for that stream was $1,800. And if we hit the $1,800 goal, he would take off his shirt.
Now VR over on Kick says, if you go shirtless like RTU, I'll back you. All right, but the way it works is you contribute and then I take the shirt off, right? That's what RTU does. So if you get me to $900, actually, no, $900 is just for the shave. If you get me to $1,800, if you double the goal and we hit $1,800 today, I will take my shirt off live on stream. There you go.
And again, it's just like, dude, Who cares?
But it's like, this is what I think makes so many people just go crazy about DSP. Like, this is what drives people insane about him. Is that exact goal? He has made fun of Rich from Review Tech USA, the Lolcow Live guys, the Kino Casino guys. He's constantly mocked people for even offering that as a goal. And now he's doing it too.
Speaking of Rich, that brings up the next day pretty well. So he ended up not hitting the $900 goal. The whole stream, he was like, guys, we're not on track to hit the goal, guys. We're not on track to hit the goal. Whole time. He ended up not hitting the goal. The next day, it was like his birthday. Or I think it was the next day, maybe a day or two later. And he was going to drink a shot for every amount of money or something like that. I don't know. And someone that made a comment, they were like, hey, man, I'm not trolling, but I'm just wondering why you would criticize Review Tech USA for eating edibles when you describe yourself as a recovering alcoholic, but you're taking shots on stream. And DSP was just like, you're the one donating and whining to a bunch. You're the one, he said, you're the one donating and whining and crying to your weenies about me, bitch.
Then Tech25 ASMR does a $20 super chat and says something negative, because what they're trying to do is get me down and get my attention, which they're not going to do. So watch this. You ready? Ready? I'm going to watch this. He says, I have a question. Why do you mock Review Tech USA for consuming edibles when you are a self-proclaimed recovering alcoholic but still drink? You even take shots for money. Very hypocritical of you. If you don't understand the difference between someone who just daily had to eat edibles to get through his streams, his normal work day, he's eating this stuff live on stream in front of everyone and proclaiming he's doing it, by the way, you can't compare that and see the difference of me doing a marathon stream every once in a while as a celebratory event and a thank you for people supporting me, and having this liquor as a rare thing, as a gimmick. You know, people ask me, will you drink tonight? Will you drink tonight? No, I literally save it just for marathons. That way it's something special. I'm not doing it too much, and it's paced well, and it's not unhealthy for me. That's the difference. If you don't understand the difference, I can't help you. You need to go talk to someone like, I don't know, a psychiatrist or something. Because again, some people just have this simpleton mindset and they think that everything in the world is black and white and they can't even make simple comparisons between things to see the difference. I can't make you an intelligent person. That's on you. Okay. My wife, my cat, people online watching me, you're the one sitting alone, sending me $1 tip, crying into your fucking Wheaties about how lonely you are, bitch.
Like, I don't even know what he meant. You're crying to your weenies about me, bitch.
I think we're the weenies. I think we're the weenies.
He went on a huge rant about how what Review Tech USA does is far worse than what he does. And anyone who can't see the difference needs to go to a psychiatrist because he can't make you intelligent and you're just an idiot.
I mean, it's crazy. The best thing that the Kino arc has done is totally validate in his head that everybody hates Review Tech and that like Review Tech is actually this evil monster. If you asked him to articulate on any point that makes Rich bad, he could not do it. He just wants Rich to be bad because Rich makes fun of him.
Well, yeah, you should have heard him talking about it. You would think that Rich does crack because DSP was like, he's just doing it in front of everyone on stream, eating the edibles. And it's like, dude, who cares? Like, he's not hitting a meth pipe. He's not doing any sort of, he's eating an edible.
Yeah, dude, like, it's literally nothing. If he wants to get, like, yeah. Rich is a bad dad. Rich is a bad dad, and his streams are super boring because he gets high as fuck and just like is zombified all stream. But it's not bad. And the reason people shit on DSP for like being a former alcoholic and drinking on stream is because DSP used that as a shield so many times. Where it's like, oh my god, well I used to be a really bad alcoholic, so I ruined my life.
No exaggeration. I will tell you about this. I like being on the show because literally not once was I ever serious on the show. Okay. I would only call into this show when I was completely fucking drunk. I've talked about this. In my youth, I was an alcoholic. I drank a ton in my 20s, like way too much. So most of the time when the show was on, I would call in. They would always put me on. They wanted me as a guest. And I would be talking so much shit and I would be saying not complete nonsense, drunk off my ass. I only think the one time I actually called in sober was when I was driving home from Evo from the airport and I had nothing to do. So I called into the show to talk while I was driving because I was bored. Outside of that, I was always fucking drunk as shit. So I couldn't imagine what he's going to bring up here. But all of a sudden, already like in the parking lot or right there coming around the corner was Mike Watson and Jaha. Okay? Now, I don't understand why Jaha had to be involved. This had nothing to do with him. This was between me and Mike Watson, but Jaha was involved. Okay? So Mike Watson gets in my face and he's basically saying, why did you talk all this shit online and why did you do this? And I'm like, dude, like literally, I'm like, I actually have no idea what you're talking about. I really don't. And when he really got in my face and he goes, well, why? I don't understand. How could you not know? I said, I admitted to him right there. I said, dude, I'm an alcoholic. Every night I drink and I just go online and I act like an asshole. So I actually have no clue what you're talking about. I apologize if I said something personal that really pissed you off.
Like basically he attributes all of his early shit with the fighting game community to being an alcoholic, and that's why he's a bad guy, but he's changed now. So it's like, you can't be an alcoholic again. Like, you can't drink on the stream after you try to blame all your problems on being an alcoholic.
No, dude, like, he still describes himself, or at least that's what the nation said, as a recovering alcoholic. Drinking on stream is kind of wild. I mean, he was like, he did say it's every once in a while, which, I mean, like, yeah, I guess, but still, don't go at Rich then for the edibles. Because, like, he obviously doesn't understand, like, you were right, the community just doesn't like it because he gets so high that he sits there and, like, stares at nothing for 10 seconds at a time. It's insane. But DSP thinks that he's, like, a horrible drug addict.
Yeah.
The day after the burger stream, some retard donated $750. And DSP hit $1,000 goal. Of course, he didn't. We missed the one-time deal, so he didn't go get the sandwiches that day because his wife Kat had made him a birthday meal that was so good that she is, quote, rethinking her career and considering being a chef.
I saw somebody comment on the Snort Hogan video that that she'd probably just gone to the store and bought pasta. And then,
yes, dude.
And then like thawed some turkey burgers.
Like one of the dishes is just pasta salad, which whatever. If you want to make pasta salad, make pasta salad. But it's not become chef material. I mean, come on.
I mean, it's absurd. Everything he does is just 2 and 11. But it's because he literally all he does is sit at home and stream all day long. He's never experienced anything.
Yeah, he says himself his lifelong passion is video games.
Which isn't true. Like, it's not true. He has said it himself that he doesn't like playing video games and wishes he could do something else.
That's
But it's just so easy for him. I love, honestly, and a lot of people are going to disagree with this, I love the food streams because it is the most absurd thing I've ever seen in my life. Like, the King Ass Ripper videos don't even compare to watching this 43-year-old man ask you for $900 to eat a cheeseburger. It's crazy. And then whenever he eats it, what? Because in his mind, he has to justify doing the stream. So whenever he's eating this fucking room temperature McDonald's cheeseburger with a special sauce, a special green creeper sauce on it. He like takes a bite and then he'll go, you know, it's actually got like a little bit of like a charcoal and a little bit of like a, you know, aloe flavor to it. Like he tries to pretend like he's actually giving a review of the DoorDash McDonald's burger.
What you're talking about is the day after the birthday stream, for one reason or another, he did finally get the fucking Minecraft meal. but I didn't watch it because it's a 48-minute of him, like a 48-minute review of him eating chicken nuggets and a burger and fries. And he describes it as if no one has ever had McDonald's before, like as if he's eating some exotic dish.
Oh my god.
And see if it's any good.
Devour.
That was a pretty good first bite. I got a lot of tanginess of the Thousand Island they put on there, or the Mac sauce, as they call it at McDonald's. I got a lot of lettuce, a lot of bread, cheese, a tiny bit of meat. That's the thing. There's so little meat on a Big Mac that you barely ever get any in a bite. Nether flame sauce with a McDonald's chicken nugget for the very first time ever. Ready? It's definitely orange colored. All right.
Devour.
That is absolutely bizarre. And it's hot. Oh my. It's really hot. Whoa. Whoa. My mouth is on fire. They actually made something hot at McDonald's. It's legitimately spicy. Like, my whole tongue right now is on fire. Holy shit. So it's very tangy, very, very tangy, but it has a high level of spice. The first bite.
And then also this week on April Fool's, he booted up a stream where he had a green screen going with his old background.
Oh my god. Yeah.
He told everyone that the King of Hate is back, baby. So get ready for a good stream, and any ladies in chat, get out your damn tits. That was his April Fool's joke. It was just funny.
It's so tone deaf too, because he's just like, he's convinced that he's changed now. Whenever he's convinced that he's totally different now, but I have never seen him use the word retard and just like violently attack people as much as I have in this post-Kino arc. Like, he just keeps calling people retards.
Yeah, you're right. Because on the April Fool's Day stream, someone just asked him what his thoughts were on the new Carl Hopst versus Billy. What's his name?
Carl Jobst and Billy Mitchell.
Billy Mitchell. Okay, yeah, Carl Jobst and Billy Mitchell. Someone asked him what he thought about that drama, and he said that he's not going to go over any April Fool's Day news because it might be fake, which is true. But instead of leaving it at that, he starts going into detail about how anyone who believes any April Fool's Day news is a, quote, idiot.
Am I going to cover Billy Mitchell winning his defamation lawsuit against Carl Jobst? Well, first of all, today is April 1st. So if you believe that any news that came out today is true, you have to be an idiot. You realize that, right? Today is literally April 1st.
And it's just like, dude, that news wasn't fake. Now you're just calling him an idiot and you're just wrong.
The only difference from now and back then is that he doesn't get as drunk on streams and he doesn't have as much fun as he used to.
That's true.
Whenever he was just getting drunk and playing Fallout, I bet you he was having the best time of his life.
Yeah.
That had to be so fun. But now he's just fucking miserable.
He's only happy when he escapes reality with WWE champions.
Yes.
And now, of course, I'm getting emotional, but did you see how angry I was before I met Kat? You saw how angry I was, right? Shut the fuck up and eat it! Eat it!
This week for King Cobra, the major thing we have is Val Kilmer's death. King Cobra is privy to doing streams where anytime any celebrity he's aware of, even remotely, he will do a dedicated drinking stream to them to honor their memory. which in this instance, to honor Val Kilmer, who I believe died of lung cancer, he decided to have a cigarette in his honor.
So I want to smoke a cigarette for Val Kilmer, and I'm going to break the filter off, Tombstone style. Because when I was watching the extras on the Tombstone DVD, like behind the scenes, they used Marlboro Red 100s for the actors if they needed to smoke a cigarette. And they'd burn it with the label facing forward. So, so they wouldn't,
Val Kilmer is being remembered not just as a great actor, but for his brave fight against throat cancer for more than a decade.
The other really funny thing was his food creations. These past couple streams have just blown my mind. One of them looked borderline inedible. It looked like something that you would feed somebody you wanted to torture. It was a Guantanamo Bay meal.
Take a gander here. Once it was fully cooked on both sides, I plated
it. I wrote down all the ingredients, but this is the recipe for Cobra's lobster bites. For the base, you have frozen lobster bites, so lobster balls. Then for the topping, you have flamin' hot Doritos and cheddar cheese, shredded cheddar cheese. Then for the sauce, you top it off with hot wing sauce, red hot wing sauce.
Oh my gosh.
But the secret ingredient here is that he has old pork fat and bacon grease that he's let sit in a pan that he drizzled on top of the lobster bites before he microwaved them.
Oh, man, that pan looks so nasty.
Dude, the pan is great. It's black.
It's just a black tar.
After putting the butter and the beer and the bacon and cooking up the bacon, I then took that grease and I'm now cooking up the Spam. 4 little pieces of Spam cooking up in there. This is gonna be dank.
But what I think is going on in his head is he knows that because with cast iron pans, you cook bacon in it, you cook meats in it, and you kind of leave the meat juice in, and then it soaks into the cast iron, and then whenever you cook other stuff, it kind of gives it a little bit more flavor and things like that. But he has a normal stainless steel pan, and I think he thinks if he leaves all of the juices and stuff in there, that it'll add more flavor to the rest of the stuff he cooks. That's why he's let it get absolutely foul and disgusting. Also, whenever he was eating it, it looked like there was some type of pea thing on the PEA around the edge, some type of green thing. But he really enjoyed the lobster balls. Those ones did not get saved for later.
Wow.
He didn't get full halfway through eating those bad boys. Those things got munched out.
Don't know what the fuck you're doing with your life, man.
I'm surprised. Lobsters with hot wing sauce is insane.
Oh, the Doritos were crazy. Tossing the Doritos, it was flaming hot Doritos. Tossing that on top was crazy.
It's a food hack.
Also, the fat and the bacon grease and stuff that has to be gross on lobster. It has to be nasty.
Yeah, my guess is that that black muck just kind of tastes like bacon, so he likes to put it on anything.
He chisels off some of the black muck. and puts it on the lobster bites. One thing that I'm really curious about, though, in our new seafood arc, is whether or not, like, what he means by thawing. Like, what to him is thawing the lobster bites. Because I don't think there's any way he's actually, like, sitting it in warm water or setting it out on the counter for a couple hours. Like, I think that he's probably putting it in the microwave, just getting it out of the freezer and putting it straight in the microwave.
Probably.
So that was the first meal that we were introduced to. That was course one for the terrorists that we've captured and put into Guantanamo Bay. The the next meal is Cobra's sandwich, which was bacon and pork chops, and he says fried in butter and beer, which I think just means cooked in butter and beer, because I don't think he was able to fry it. But and then it's spam cooked. He described it as spam cooked and the leftover juices from the bacon and pork chops.
Good God.
And then he took that, and it was like 3 different pork chops, and put it onto one sandwich with the bacon slices, and then top that off with slices of mozzarella, Doritos, onions, and then hot sauce.
Oh, God.
Like, it just sounds so nasty.
It is.
There's no reason for this to be a sandwich. Why?
Well, it's a food hack.
What is the heck? The
3 pork chops.
I think that'll make for a very tasty burger sandwich. Put a lot of thought into it.
The way that these originally started was him going to a gas station, and it was like, here's how you food hack these things in the gas station to get the most food. Like, that was where the original concept came from, and now it's just devolved into him making food at his house. Calling it a fucking food hack.
Just whatever he sees, he just throws it together.
Yeah.
There's no pre-planning.
Yeah, yes, that's true. An important thing to note is that he's reusing ingredients. Like the pork fat and the bacon grease gets reused in both of those meals. The Doritos gets reused in both of the meals, and the hot sauce gets reused in both of the meals. So you are right that he just sees what he has in his cabinets and then tosses it together.
Yeah, keep it up, assholes, because guess what? One day I'm going to get laid by the hottest of age goth chick that's biologically female, and it's going to be consensual, and she'll be alive. And on top of that, y'all going to be jealous as fuck because I ain't going to say shit about it. Because quite frankly, that's none of your business. A gentleman doesn't kiss and tell.
Josh Block this week ended up getting caught at the Mets game. I don't know if they announced it prior, but he started posting TikToks of him like backstage where some of like the nicer box seats or the nicer front row seats of the game are at. So it looked like he might have gotten some type of like special service or VIP ticket, something like that, which we know Josh lives the lifestyle of the rich and famous now that he makes $400K a year. But he ended up getting in there and he was sitting right behind home plate. So everybody started freaking out and posting videos of Josh like stimming every time the batter like would hit the ball or the pitcher would throw it. He would just like move his head around and shit. And then, but then the like highlight of the event was obviously once people knew he was there, they started going up and yelling, "Put the fries in the bag!" And the very first guy to do it, Josh, like, spins his head around and is like, "I make more than you. What are you even doing here?"
Josh! Put the fries in the bag! Put the fries in the bag!
And, like, starts to yell, and then later in the game, I think that guy left. He starts to calm down, but then later in the game, there's just a squad of like TikTokers who found Josh, and they all are screaming, "Put the fries in the bag," while recording him, and he's talking to the security guard, trying to get the security guard to kick them out of the stadium. Like, I feel like everybody in public now, anywhere he goes, people will hit him with a "put the fries in the bag."
Yeah, it's so funny every time.
The craziest one I saw was whenever he landed in Costa Rica at the airport before he was able to get into his taxi. He's probably been in the country for sub an hour, like probably less than 40 minutes. And like a squad of 3 dudes is waiting out in the front of the airport to tell him to put the fries in the bag.
Hey Josh, can I take a picture with you?
No, I just flew in from...
Can I take a picture?
No, I'm leaving. How did
All right.
you know I was at the airport?
I saw your TikToks. I love...
that's scary.
Why?
Because, like, I just flew in from Newark. And then you were right outside the customs area.
No, but yeah, you know, I live over here.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
¿Qué pasó?
No.
Hey Josh, Josh, put the fries in the bag.
You're a fucking bitch.
Put the fries in the bag.
I make more than you, bitch.
He's about to go to Dubai soon, and I'm so excited. Mr. Base has been warning him that this is the one country where he really has to behave himself.
Yeah.
And Josh has been excited to go to a country where they cut people's hands off if they tell him to put the fries in the bag. So.
Yeah, I saw that. Mr. Base was telling him that no one's allowed to say it or else they'll get their hands cut off.
Yes, dude.
No one's gonna pick on you there, because if they pick on you, they get their hands cut off. You know, they're very tough.
Yeah, if they steal my phone or my hat, they'll get their hands.
If they do
chopped
anything
off.
to you, they're dead. If you do anything back to them, you're dead. You gotta just fucking laugh at them when they fuck with you and know that they're losing their hands or something, you know?
Dude, it'll be good. This could be good. I'm excited to see what happens whenever he cocks his hand back behind his head, ready to hit somebody.
Oh God. There's another funny thing that happened with Josh this week was some dating show that he was on finally got released. It's like a 40-minute YouTube video where he's speed dating 10 different girls and a boy. And like one funny thing about that was every single person he talked to, one of the first things he would say is, "What does BANNED mean?" And then they'd tell him what it means, and he said, "I got banned on Tinder." And like this has just become his new tick or whatever. He says that to everyone, and he would ask the same person. Like let's say he asks her, and then they move to round 2. Whenever she comes out for round 2, he's got to ask her, "What does BANNED mean?" And it has nothing to do with the dating show.
Hey, if your pickup line ain't broke, don't fix it, brother.
And somehow a man made it to like the final round before Josh finally told everyone that he's not gay.
The man was funny because I think he gave him something like a 8 out of 10 or a 9 out of 10 or something like that.
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10, yo, we in.
Yeah, so like sometimes
I'll take that. You feel me?
sometimes if I go on,
Josh, is he staying or is he leaving?
he's staying.
He's staying.
Do I have to give up alcohol forever?
Which is higher than almost all the girls.
Yeah. Hey, the man knows what he wants.
And he ended up picking the girl. Well, by the time he got to the final round, he was ready to get out of there, and he kept just telling every girl, "Okay, I pick you. Let's eat our caviar now," because whoever he picks, he gets to eat caviar with. But they kept making him at least see the final girl. Like, they wanted him to complete it. So it ended up just being whoever the last girl was, he ended up picking because he picked every girl. But it ended up being that girl that he picked up that one time.
Oh, yeah.
Whenever he
The Herculean feat.
Yeah, whenever he performed the Herculean feat. And they start eating their caviar and drinking tequila or something, and he throws up.
Oh, shit.
That's okay.
So, we have terrible news for all the fans of our BossmanJack section. BossmanJack has officially gone back into rehab after peeing hot on his drug test for probation. He has been open with the fact that he is back to smoking crack and has said that he does not need rehab in the past. However, the state is now forcing him to go to rehab in order to not go to jail.
Which is a good deal. I mean, because usually I feel like they'll just throw your ass in jail if you test positive for crack on your probation test.
Yeah, well, this has happened so many times for him. Like, this is probably the fourth chance he's gotten. So, I mean, I feel like they're just not putting him in jail. It's just better to keep him out. The funny thing about this instance is, one, I think we mentioned it last week. He said that he wasn't going to have to go back to probation, that he didn't need, or not probation, that he didn't need to go back to rehab, that he could stay out of rehab, everything like that. Then he peed hot on the test, and now the state says he has to go to rehab, and now all of a sudden rehab is exactly what he needed because he doesn't want to go back to jail. But the funny thing is, he's still talking about how he's going to gamble while he's in rehab, but he's not going to be streaming for the next 6 months. So he thinks he's going to be able to use the sponsor money he gets from like chips and jackpot and rainbet in order to gamble while in rehab.
I imagine he has like a whole plan. I'm gonna go to rehab for 6 weeks. I'm bringing with me $5K. By the time I get out, I'll have turned it into $15K. I'll be clean. I get the car, and my life is fixed.
It's funny too, because he was also asking his Discord before he got sent away, if he could get 1K, 5K, or just loans so he could gamble it.
At rehab.
Yeah, at rehab. So unfortunately, it looks like our BossmanJack section is going to be calming down at least for the next 6 weeks. The rats got him. Oh, a funny thing that he did though was he unbanned everybody from his Discord before he left. So the Discord is just an absolute hellscape right now.
Keep on watching every day, buddy boy!
Thank you to everybody who made it to the end of the video. Leave a subscribe if you want to see our weekly uploads. Drop a like if you enjoyed it. And give us a comment on anything we missed or what your favorite story of the week was.